He is currently entrepreneur in residence at the Asian Institute of Management. Some know him as Mr. Potato Corner. Others know him as somebody who built something big. Truth is, he says, he didn't set out to build an empire. He just tried to live the way his father had taught him. Please welcome Jose Magsaysay Jr. So good to see you, Joe Mag. Welcome to the program.
Hi, Cassie.
You know, it was a really heartfelt tribute. I had to call you in and talk a bit about your dad because it set things in perspective. How much of a difference did he make in your entrepreneurial journey?
Well, he made a big difference because I was like his, not only son, no? Parang, ano ako eh, uh, parang intern ako, parang assistant ako. Kasi my dad was a mechanic eh. So, well, anyway, my dad was quiet, very reserved, a mechanic, a tinkerer, a junkman. So I was with him always because he was just in the house. He used to tinker in the house, put all the junk that he gets from everywhere in the house. He builds jeepneys or owners in the house and fixes cars in the house. So I was just there always. So I was blessed with parents who were just always at home. You know, so my confidence, my self-confidence is high because I had parents who are always there for me. And I know those are some issues that kids face now because the parents are all working and some parents are never because they're either OFWs. Kaya believe rin ako eh, dapat nga our government should really find ways to to make the family structure so strong in spite of na wala yung isang parent or both parents na may talagang program tayo to support these children who they leave behind.
Because it matters that the parents live with the kids and the kids live their parents and the learnings they get from that closeness and also being hands-on. Kumbaga, hands-on din dahil he loved to tinker things and in fact he gave you something that you couldn't forget, an air rifle.
Yeah, that air rifle was very important because that was parang to me, although I was not even 10 years old when he gave me an air rifle. That was a sign for me that you're transitioning from siguro a toddler or a kid to somebody who has more responsibility. Kasi di ba when you hold a gun, you're supposed to be taught how to handle a gun, how to use a gun. Di ba? You only point a gun to one person, to somebody that or something that you want to shoot already. You put your finger in the trigger when you're ready to shoot. When you're ready to shoot, you're going to shoot only. Then you have to find out what's behind what you're shooting. Because there might be a person or something else or a window of another house that you're shooting. I love shooting birds. So I know plenty of people get angry at me because my pastime before when I was 10 years old was shooting birds. Pero maganda naman sa ibon. Maraming ibon naman sa New Manila. So that's where I grew up. So daming birds naman. So my typical day was hunting birds or putting kamyas kasi my dad had mga kamyas trees eh. So ang daming fruits ng kamyas, yun yung mga target ko. So I learned how to shoot. I learned how to fix things. And I still love in fact I took mechanics certification programs. So kinarir ko na rin yung pagka-mechanic. One of my dreams is to put up a talyer somewhere because my dad had the talyer, my brother had the talyer. Ako wala. So dalawang kaming boys eh. Okay, we're 2 boys and 2 girls. But the thing is, my dad died when I was a teenager. So bad trip kasi my dad was my light, my beacon eh. He wanted me to become a lawyer. Walang interest ko to become a lawyer, namatay tatay ko. Kasi parang betrayal eh. Ba't ka namatay maaga? Bad trip yun.
So you wanted to set up a talyer at gusto ni dad na sana'y mag-abogado ka?
Until now. After my dad died itong later years, dream ko talaga magkaroon ng talyer. Eventually, I will. I've tried. But I don't see the kasi nag-negosyo tayo. So,
Negosyong talyer, hindi ba yun pwede? Kailangan ba talaga pagkain?
Pwede naman negosyong talyer. Eventually siguro magkakaroon din yan. If not a business, at least a hobby, di ba? I mean, those two things are different, di ba? Sabi na, pag hobby, kahit hindi kumikita yan, kahit lugi ka, masaya ka kasi hobby mo, ginagawa mo di ba? Palabas ka lang palabas ang pera. Yung hobby siguro, babalik yan, don't expect it bumalik. Pag bumalik yan, maganda naman siguro yan. So, that's a hobby. Ang business, kailangan profitable ka agad So, there's a big difference.
Di ba pwedeng manarrow yung gap ng dalawa na makahanap ka ng negosyo na pwede rin parang hobby hobby na naging negosyo.
Yan ang the best talaga. That's why yung Potato Corner,
yes.
Potato Corner, when I got to Potato Corner, that's all I did, Potato Corner. Although there were times that I left Potato Corner to do something else, but I left Potato Corner to do something else. I wasn't in Potato Corner doing something else. What I did for Potato Corner is 100% Potato Corner ko pag nandun ako sa Potato Corner. And that made all the difference. And I talk about that sometimes kasi, di ba, mag-focus ka kung gusto mong lumaki yung whatever you're doing or gumanda kasi you'll become an expert of what you're doing, mamasterin mo master your business yung business, yung entrepreneurship, ano yun di ba? Tatlong master yan master of self. Yung master of self, marami akong kwento dyan sa master of self. Alam ko medyo yung background ko kasi yung programming ng tatay ko sa akin, yung pagtitinker, pag mekaniko, yung mga ganyan, being quiet, always listening na lang. Most of the time, just listening. And most of the time, I'm behind. Unless pipilitin ako pumunta sa harap, doon ako pupunta sa harap. I'm not shy, but I just feel like, siguro it's just me kasi I don't like loud exits or I don't like exiting. I have a thing about saying goodbye because of death because my father died. So I have a thing about saying goodbye. Like in parties, alis na lang ako. Hindi ako magpapaalam. It's uncomfortable me to say bye-bye or bye. I will just leave. So I just stay behind always because if I'm not comfortable, I leave. Extreme introvert ako So I'm not comfortable pag large crowds. That's why my demeanor is just quiet. And then if I get to talk, maybe it's something that the subject matter is really interesting, then I can stay and then I can talk.
Why did it take so long for you to share the origin story of Dad? Isa yon sa sinabi mong pillars of being an entrepreneur. Yung natutunan mo kay Dad, pero ngayon mo lang siya talaga nilagay sa konteksto.
Yun ang matagal yung self-awareness, yung mastery of self, ang tagal-tagal niyan. That's a lifetime of learning, yung mastering yourself.
So it was after you sold Potato Corner that you felt, yung si Dad pala, kailangan natin include yan.
Hindi naman, that was always there. It helped when I took kasi you know what I think? Dapat kasi lahat tayo may childhood issues may hugot, di ba? Lahat naman tayo may hugot whatever that is, good or bad. But we cannot judge the hugot of anybody. Kanya-kanyang hugot all our crosses are difficult so it's not fair for somebody to say their cross is more difficult than yours. But anyway, I went to psychotherapy and then it helped talaga. It helped a lot pala. So I think everybody should undergo psychotherapy kasi we all have physical therapy, di ba? We want to prove our body, we want to make sure that we're okay, healthy physically, no? But people forget about our mind. The mind is very important. So I had psychotherapy. I was so impressed with psychotherapy and what it happened to me. I let my people in Potato Corner also take psychotherapy. In fact, meron silang psychotherapy sessions anytime they want to. Made that available for free. Tapos, in fact, I was so impressed with psychotherapy. We let a psychotherapist become the interim CEO when I retired. While we were looking for a full-time CEO, psychotherapist yung nagpatakbo ng Potato Corner for some months. So it's nice.
What difference did you find?
Well, a psychotherapist kasi, di ba, they're trained how to talk to people. They will not tell you what to do. They're just listening. So that lalabas yung yung sarili mong mga issues. Pag lumabas yun, you become self-aware. When you become self-aware, that's the first road to fixing yourself. Diba? Parang Alcoholics Anonymous, diba? You say, I'm an alcoholic. Because it's only when you say, you admit something, that's when you start recovery.
What did you discover about Dad na nakatulong doon sa buong journey mo ng Potato Corner at sa ngayon na you're now in a new adventure 3 years on?
Well, I like the tinkering part. Although yung junk thing, maingat ako dyan kasi parang basura yun eh, di ba? Yung mga napupulot mo, di ba? Although pag nakakita ko ng tornilyo, for example, sa floor, wherever I go, pupulutin ko yun, tatago ko yun, uwi ko yun. So that's the junk man that I learned. But the tinkering is very important. So, then na-reinforce yung tinkering when I entered Wendy's because I was part of operations. So na-reinforce yung pagka-tinker. In fact, I became better at operations because I love tinkering. And I was able to improve operational issues, operational procedures, operational systems because of that background. And then, my dad also showed me that yung being quiet. So, I listen. It's not because I don't like to talk. I just like listening. And then, I form my own thoughts later on, after listening. It's hard for me because of siguro my dad was also an extreme introvert kasi sa bahay lang siya parati. And yun ang like father, like son.
Yung pagka-extreme introvert mo, Joe Mag, I wouldn't have expected you to be one, pero ibig sabihin ba posible ang isang entrepreneur na maging extreme introvert and successful?
Most introverts are introverts. Most entrepreneurs are introverts. I mean, Elon Musk is an introvert, di ba? Si Bill Gates is an introvert. Sino pa? Ang dami, halos lahat yata introvert eh. Although syempre the ones that you see always succeeding because they're thought leaders because they keep on talking eh. People see them communicating eh. So that's why people know all of them. So the introverts are just quiet, but they're doing kasi creativity is part of that. Ako naman I'm also right brain. In fact, I'm extreme right brain also naman. Extreme introvert, extreme right brain din.
So meron ka ba mga compensating factors knowing that you're very self-aware of who you are? Ano yung mga ginagawa mo to bridge the gap para ma-communicate mo rin yung iyong thought leadership?
This is what I realized in Potato Corner. I wasn't talking too much about Potato Corner because of I hardly do interviews, ganon. But what I did is I talk because I like one-on-one. I'm doing this because I'm comfortable talking one-on-one, no? Or small groups. Lalo pa pag Q&A, I can do a Q&A the whole day if you like. I don't get tired. But if it's a talk for 300 people, I might make a speech, but I'll never read it anyway. So that's why I don't do it. I'm off script always eh. Ikaw, sanay ka siguro sa
Hindi
sa
naman,
script,
dahil nga
di ba?
nagiging conversation ito, patalon-talon tayo, pero napaka-interesting dahil meron ka ring mentors apart from dad, from birth, you had an aunt help you out with your schooling, and of course, your lifelong mentor, si Sec Titoy Pardo, na naging Finance Secretary, DTI Secretary, apart from being Philippine 7 Corporation Chairman, na magiging emeritus na by July. What influences did they have on your entrepreneurial journey?
Malaki kasi, di ba, namatay ako nung teenager pa. Namatay tatay ko, teenager. So all my life, I've been looking for father figures. Di ba? Ang dami kong father figure eh. And when I see you as a father figure, that's when I start, boy, I want to do what this guy is doing, or I want to follow what he's doing. Ganyan. So Titoy Pardo was just like that. Titoy Pardo, his wife Marilyn Pardo, you know, they were my bosses, and then their daughter Yvette, you know. So there were some people that really I looked up to, And actually I owe them a lot because they trusted me to help them run their business. And then once in a while, I have other mentors naman. Sometimes they're not mentors, but I just try to see what they're doing. And then, "Uy, okay yan ah. Maybe I'm learning from that already. I don't have to talk to them, but I consider them people I learn from. There's Ches Montemayor, Manolo Agustines, you know, even Ting Paterno, and many more.
Yung kay Sec Titoy, was he most effective a mentor when you had a scheduled meeting or meetings with him, or was it when it was an unscheduled conversation at doon may napulot kang aralin?
Hindi, si Titoy Pardo very unique eh. Ulit siya ng ulit ng something eh. Like, ang pinaka na internalize ko yung sinasabi niya parati. Yung the difficult takes a while, the impossible a little longer. So that's my motto until now. So that one talaga, I do that. And I walk that talk talaga. So nothing is impossible. And then your activities outside your work also mimics. Actually, what you do outside work gets mimic both eh, nagkakaiba eh. So, if you want to be consistent, your habits at work or your character at work, then that has to be, you have to do that also outside work, your hobbies or whatever you're doing. Kaya sa hobbies ko, which is dirt biking, ganyan, whatever, archery, sailing, very, anong word yun? Risky. So, I bring that demeanor or that character to business eh. So, I'm very, I have high tolerance for risk. And then, isa pa, because I do things differently from other people, kasi di ba, loner ako. So, if you look at my sports are individual eh. So,
But there is a high tolerance for risk, which takes us to what you said before na you do take calculated risks.
in fact,
Pero
one of our
may-
consultants said,
Oo.
Jomag, alam mo, you're the antithesis of order. Ibig sabihin, I don't follow the flow always.
So may metric ba yon, yung calculated risk? Kasi yun nga na-mention mo, no, you do take risks, but you gotta make sure it's calculated risk and you gotta know when to give it a go or maybe pause, wait.
Sometimes I call it grit eh. Or one of my consultants, who's also like a father figure, sabi niya, si Andy, sabi niya, alam mo, Jomag, kasi we're talking about some problems in business. Bakit? Ang matagal ng lugi, for example, isang negosyo, ayaw mo pa i-cut, tuloy-tuloy ka pa rin, Jomag. Sabi niya, alam mo, Jomag, mataas yung AQ mo. Yung AQ ay yung adversary quotient. Yun, sobra. So,
Did it work out for you then, yun sa negosyong yun, that you waited a long time?
well, some I cut. Some I'm still trying to find out ano pa pwede nang gawin para lang to survive that. Ibig sabihin, either mataas yung grit mo, adversity quotient mo, o marami ka lang pera kaya hindi mo napapansin kahit nalulugi na.
But when do you know when to cut? Or maybe to even close down? Ano yung parang senyales, yung hudyat? Ano yung hinahanap mo?
Actually, wala. Hindi ko iniisip yung gano'n. I just cut. Like for example, yesterday I had a meeting with my ex-com on another part of the business. So, cut lang kagad, bigla. So, I just changed my mind a lot kasi. So, I mean, if you're presenting to me something, we have to get the deal done. Eh. Otherwise, tomorrow I might change my mind. Eh. That's just typical me. No?
So cut. You cut on the reason of, on the basis of?
If I feel wala nang light at the end of the tunnel, pagtingin ko wala na talaga to, solid na to. Yan.
You mentioned risk-taking as one of your characteristics and that it runs parallel. And whatever you do, it could be in business, a hobby. But what about being a dad, though? How does that apply? Yung iyong relationships with the family and how your dad brought you up and how that is now filtering through your sons.
Well, I'm just hoping my three sons say something good about me when I die, no? I'm
Would
not
they
a
say
perfect
otherwise?
I'm not a perfect dad, so I'm working on it. I mean, looks like we'll be working on being a parent all our lives, eh? And I'm not, I'm still making plenty of mistakes as a dad, but I guess that's the way it is. For me, I'm working on it. I'm not happy with some of the things that I did. Mga ganun ba.
But that sounds like it's more waiting for yourself to forgive yourself rather than waiting for the family to.
Yeah, I don't
offer that
expect naman for my children to say, "Dad, we understand you," mga ganon. To my mind, that's life. That's life lang. We did what we needed to do. I had to do certain things. I wasn't a perfect father because I had to do certain things also. So, yun lang. I wish I could have done better. If I had the time machine, I'd go back siguro when they were still young, di ba? I mean, spend more time with them, di ba? Kung sinasabing work-life balance, masama ang grade ko doon.
But you got all that back with the life crisis that you had pre-pandemic pa, and you talked big about self-care because you did have a life scare. Take us through that and how that's changed the way you look about taking care of oneself.
Well, di ba, because we're talking about my risky activities. So I broke my neck in one activity. That led to my issues on my brain, no? So I had 5 cranial surgeries because of that, and I have hydrocephalus. So it's a permanent condition. I just have to live with that. That's why my horizon for business, like for example, you're proposing to me something. Jomag, I have a proposal for you. This is a nice business. We'll make money here. Ang requirement ko lang 2-year payback. That's my horizon lang. I don't think I will enter into a business that has a 10-year payback or a return on investment that's 10 years or 5 years. Kahit 5 years, out na ako doon. Basta 2-year payback. Interesado ako dyan. Yan. Kasi my horizon is short because of hydrocephalus.
Speaking of horizons, it's been 3 years since you sold Potato Corner to the Po family sa Shakey's Group. What's your assessment? Masaya ka ba sa growth ng Potato Corner under Shakey's Group? Under the custodian?
Masaya ako sa growth ng Potato Corner. In fact, the franchisees who are very important to Potato Corner and to me, are doing a good job in taking care of the franchisees and the business. In fact, Potato Corner, when we sold it to Shakey's, had 1,400 stores. Now they have more than 2,000 stores already. So, galing. So, para bang na-hand over ko sa isang group na magaling talaga. So, I'm impressed. I still sit as a senior advisor. And then they're doing a good job, and I'm happy with that. But my next adventure is not just now a single brand, a single product, which Potato Corner is. Right now, my next adventure really is merging. I saw in Potato Corner kasi I saw the issues on the real estate part and the food part. So this next adventure is about food and real estate together now. So, and then building the whole ecosystem. In fact, my focus now really is helping others Kasi, di ba, people refer to me sometimes as partner ng bayan. So my mission is really to partner or to help, or you can partner with me. Anybody in your program who's watching can say, Jomag, I want to partner with you because itong ginagawa natin, itong ecosystem natin, natutulungan ka. Kunyari, food entrepreneur ka, either startup ka or ongoing business, but you hit a certain level na di ko na alam kung anong susunod na level. I just need help now putting up to the next level. We'll take care of you there. So, this facility now, this whole ecosystem will support food entrepreneurs to hit the next scale. So hopefully the next unicorn is food or food tech instead of just tech lang na non-food.
Balikan ko lang yung potato corner kasi ang sa isip ng iba you still own it. Nakatatak ka na doon, ikaw yung founder. Pero paano ba naganap yung sale? Sila ba lumapit? Ikaw ba lumapit? At paano nangyari? At dahil nangganap siya nung 30 years na ang potato corner.
Okay. Ang unang-una dyan is we sold part of the company in 2016. So ang maganda pala doon, you sell some to get lang a market di ba, price kasi natuloy yung sale na yon. Then nagkaroon ng parang benchmark ang value ng potato corner, which turns out pala was a good thing, no? Para lang magka-value. And then doon na ako nakita. I mean, San Miguel made an offer. Ramon Ang made an offer to buy, which was really nice, no? If I were the only one to decide lang naman, I'd say yes to Ramon Ang. I'd love to be his partner, diba? And let the whole supply chain of San Miguel take care of potato corner. That would have been the dream talaga. Hindi lang natuloy yun, sayang. Pero sayang. Because he wanted a certain percentage, hindi nakuha because some shareholders didn't want to sell all. So, and then syempre kung San Miguel na RSA magbibigay ng offer, sasabihin ng iba, okay ito ah. In fact, even the employees of San Miguel thought tuloy na yung benta eh. Kasi nagkaroon ng potato corner sa loob ng head office dyan sa Ortigas. They only put their brands inside eh. There was already a potato corner. Ramon Ang really wanted a potato corner.
Nandun pa ba?
Wala na. So, hindi natuloy. So, siguro, the others, hindi naman mag-offer and our financial ratios were to the roof. We were better than many companies because, alam mo, sabi ni RSA, Joma, ganang nga kayo. IP company lang pala kayo eh. Kami, asset light kami, very asset light. So, ibig sabihin, ang ganda ng financial ratios natin. We didn't have to reinvest our money in assets. So then the others look na. Di lang natuloy yung iba. Pero Shakey's magaling, mabilis eh. Tapos siguro lahat ng documents ready na for di ba? For legal, all the documents are ready, the financial reports are ready, all the legal documents are ready because all these offers and due diligences. So ang bilis lang ng transaction with Shakey's. And Chris po was very, lapit siya sa akin. So, we really like potato corner, we'll take care of that. Don't worry about potato corner, we'll take care of that.
So, nung araw na na-fulfill yung transaction, the day after, you were jobless.
Yeah, I was jobless.
What did that feel
Well,
like?
kinda.
After 30 years.
Kinda, because I had a good mentor and coach, si Andy. So, when I hit 55, I'm 74 now 64. When I hit 55, sabi niya sa akin, Jomag, ganito, no? Eventually, you will retire from potato corner, or you will sell that. Why don't you have a 5-year runway until you hit 60? Sabi niya, why don't you start doing something already that's different so that, by the time that 5-year runway is more than enough runway for you to start doing a new business na. So I did that. So I went into real estate, di ba? Part in hospitality, real estate, ganun. And it was working na. So my transition actually was to merging the two na. Kasi ang alam ko, franchising. Di ba? My mastery is franchising, is food kiosks. Tapos hospitality and business. Now we're building the whole ecosystem together. Like for example, you have a friend say, Kathy, I have a 2,000 square meter property. It's just there. We're not using it. We're not interested to long-term lease it anyway. Do you know somebody who wants to use it first, maybe as a partner, or maybe just to lease it from me? That's what I do. I master lease it. Maybe if the terms are very nice, then maybe we can do profit sharing with the landowner, or maybe just lease the property so that we can make it the whole ecosystem of the food na. So the real estate is the platform. The food will be the our content. The food entrepreneurs, the food businesses, the brands, and then we have the whole support system of the ecosystem, which is logistics, commissary, production, yung accounting and finance, connecting them to investors, connecting everybody together. Kaya lahat tayo partner. And then lahat ng laman doon, partner natin lahat.
So ito yung good food na sa UP Diliman.
Well,
This is
we'll have
ecosystem
plenty
that we're talking
permutations
about.
of that. But the one in UP now is called Good Food. So it's really a good food hub. It's a UP Good Food Hub. Na
So this
you're
is
you're
the face of
entrepreneur.
what you're doing right now. Ito na yung new adventure na kung ano yung nakikita natin sa good food, posibleng maganap sa iba't ibang lugar sa Pilipinas.
Correct. Yan ang scale natin nationwide. So I'm looking for partners who can be our partners in this this whole movement na, this whole community. I mean, it's so easy to grow. It's difficult to grow by yourself. We were lucky in Potato Corn. We were 4 partners who started. Then naging 5. So it helps. The more you are, the more you're in a community, the more it's easier to grow and become successful.
The current partners you have, sino-sino sila at saan mo sila nami-meet?
Marami akong partners. My typical day is talking with my mentees, my partners. That's a typical day for me. So, okay lang tayo, Kathy, kailan tayo magiging partner?
Mentees such as maybe the Gen Zs and the millennials,
Yes,
because you're
yes.
also very busy.
That's right. I
AIM.
mentor a lot from people my age also until pati yung mga Gen Z. And I treat them the same. I don't see a difference. I just have to talk to everybody as individuals, and not because there's a certain batch of generation. So the way I approach a partner is I'm just talking to you, and then everything is custom designed. The way we talk is custom designed just for us together as partners.
Ano yung sa nakikita mong market? It's an intergenerational market out there. May millennial, may Gen Z, Gen A, at yung mga tulad natin na nakatatanda sa kanila. Which market are you serving then for this ecosystem that you're building?
The community lang, the community. So when, for example, we enter UP Diliman, the community of UP Diliman is the market. But the content will be curated for the community. So it's about curation. So, I'm impressed with RJ and Vanessa Ledesma because they started Mercato, and Mercato's really is also an incubator, di ba? There's so many businesses that grew because of Mercato. I'm also a partner in Mercato Partner ko sila, RJ at saka si Vanessa. And the difference lang with Mercato is, di ba, weekend market sila or sometimes 4 days a week. And they're there. They're doing a good job doing whatever they're doing, which is really incubate a lot. Then may mga suking vendors na sila, and they're growing. So we need groups like Mercato. And then the difference between good food and what the ecosystem doing is the whole ecosystem really. It's the movement now. So in fact, Mercato can be part of that partnership. Partner na nga ako dun sa Mercato. So we will make the ecosystem bigger, You have RJ, Vanessa, you have Anton Diaz, you have Joy Casimiro, yung Salcedo Market, yung mga ganon. I mean, we should all connect together and become one whole movement talaga in the country.
At sabi mo nga, you can't go it alone. Pero napapag-usapan pa lang natin yung partners and yung mga franchisees. In the way of government naman, saan sila pwedeng makapasok or makatulong in way of maybe policies that would create a robust ecosystem for what you see as the next big thing in the Philippines, which is food tech?
Well, there are several government initiatives already. The thing is just to identify which one is. Nandiyan na lahat. It's all in place already. Especially maganda yun yung anti-red tape. Ang laking bagay yun sa entrepreneurs Di ba? Yung mga ganyan. So, and then DTI will be a big part.
Nami-meet ba yung deadline?
Well, they're working on it naman we should support that one Kasi if we just say, government, bahala na kayo dyan, tapos hindi tutuloy yung private sector, hindi tutulong, walang mangyayari naman talaga eh. So the private sector is very important for the government also.
How do you deal with rising prices? Yan yung tinutumbok natin ngayon sa Bangko Sentral, pinapanood yung pagpalo ng prices of oil and how it relates to inflation and the ability of consumers to buy in an ecosystem like yours.
Let's just put it this way, people have to eat eh. And then we just have to adjust prices as cost of goods go up. We have no choice. And also the community, the market has no choice also. I mean, we get what we ask for, di ba? I ask for salary increases. Siyempre, tataas lahat naman yung bilihin.
So what kind of maybe a margin are you offering itong sa mga partners mo na gusto maging parte ng ecosystem? What can they expect then? Yung balik ng pera, when do they start earning? What sort of a timeline are you giving them?
Wala ang maganda dito sa incubation natin, sa ecosystem natin. You're an entrepreneur. Your timeline to evolve or to grow is different from another person. Everybody's different schedule. So we're not a school. A school will say 18 months, ito yung 18-month program mo or ito kung certification program yan, Kathy. Ito lang yung ano mo. 3-week tong ano natin, itong program natin. Tayo hanggang till death do us part, partners tayo eh, di ba? Till death do our part, or till somebody sells out, then that's the end of our partnership. But we'll take care of each other. The handshake is where we go into business together so that we'll take care of each other. Eventually, that's now. But in the future, so that our company can take care of both of us na. So that's the handshake.
May kumita na ba sa iyong mga partners in this new venture after 3
Marami naman, maraming
years?
kumikita na, maraming nag-grow na, marami rin hindi natuloy, marami rin nalugi. Pero that's part of the building the whole ecosystem eh. So, diba ganun, I'm looking for partners who want to help, to be my partner, no? Para lang to grow this whole ecosystem na. Ang platform natin, real estate, yung mga food hub natin, tapos yung mga nasa loob dyan, partner rin natin, tapos yung mga supporting cast natin na supports na pwedeng toll manufacturers, pwedeng in-house manufacturers, partner rin natin.
If Dad were alive today and to hear you speak about this ecosystem, ano kaya masasabi niya?
Sabihin niyo siguro na, akala ko introvert ka, hindi ka naman pala introvert eh. Mukha, parang hindi introvert, di ba? Pero introvert
Hindi
pa
nga,
rin.
ang daming partners. At
Panay partner.
and looking forward to a Potato Corner. Maybe here's a signal, a partnership.
Pwede, di ba?
between us. Salamat na marami, Jomar.
Okay.
Really appreciate and congrats.
Thank you also.
And catch us again next Thursday, 9 p.m. Philippine Standard Time on One News. You can also check out the long conversation on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. If you haven't done so, like or follow my social media pages. I'm Kathy Yang, and this is Thought Leaders.